Morning routines that predict lifespan in seniors. Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt that quiet, unsettling question gnawing at the edges of your mind? Is this it? The same walls, the same sun filtering weakly through the blinds, the same cup of coffee, bitter or warm, depending on the day, the same silence, echoing in the corners of the room, filling every empty space. Maybe you shuffle to the bathroom, dragging your body like it belongs to someone else. And for a fleeting moment, just a heartbeat, you don't recognize the person staring back at you in the mirror. The eyes carry the weight of decades, shadowed with fatigue. The lines on your face trace stories no one asked to read. Your hands, once nimble, tremble slightly as if protesting the years they've carried. There's wisdom there, yes, and memory, but also a fragility that humbles you. And deep, deep down, a quiet fear creeps in, uninvited but persistent. How much time do I actually have left? You might push the thought aside, busy yourself with breakfast or the news, but it lingers, like the faint echo of a distant bell, impossible to fully ignore. If you're over 60, or if you watch someone you love tiptoe through these mornings, you've probably felt it whispering to you, the question hovering like mist over everything. You do. You wonder, does the way I live my days, my routines, my habits, does that secretly decide how long I'll be here? The startling truth is, yes, it does. And the way your body and mind respond in the first 2 hours after waking, that sacred, often overlooked window, can quietly shape not just your health, but the very span of your life. Every sip, every stretch, every thought in those hours writes a story on your body, a story that can echo decades into the future. It isn't just about longevity. It's about quality of life, about the difference between moving through years like a shadow of yourself, or walking through them with strength, clarity, and presence, savoring each day as a gift rather than a countdown. Section 1. The Invisible Clock. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your body as a clock. Not the simple kind that hangs on a wall, ticking reliably without thought. No, this is a living, breathing, endlessly complex clock, an intricate masterpiece built from trillions of tiny gears. Your cells, your hormones, your blood vessels, your neurons, each one spinning in delicate harmony. Every heartbeat is a tick, every breath a tiny chime, every movement a winding of the mechanism that keeps you alive. And here's the astonishing part. Every morning, when you wake, you wind that clock. Some people do it with care, like a watchmaker handling an heirloom. They wake, stretch gently, move with intention, drink water, maybe step outside into sunlight. Each action aligns the gears, oils the joints, and ensures the machine hums smoothly through the day. Others stumble out of bed like sleepwalking through life. Coffee first, perhaps, maybe checking the news or scrolling through a phone. They tug at their clock carelessly, too tight in one place, neglected in another. Over years, those small, unconscious decisions accumulate. They decide whether your clock ticks steadily through decades, or whether it falters, stutters, and eventually slows down too soon. Morning is when your body performs its quiet, invisible reset. It's when your brain sweeps away the clutter of yesterday, filing memories and emotions like a meticulous librarian, or letting them pile up like overdue books. It's when your heart recalibrates, sending blood efficiently to your limbs, your organs, your mind, or struggling under stress left unchecked. It's when your muscles silently assess themselves, asking, will I remain strong today, or will I let weakness creep in another day? And yet, despite this miraculous process, so many of us wake up on autopilot. Coffee in hand, eyes glued to a glowing screen, absorbing news, notifications, the endless noise of the world before our own body even knows it is awake. Unseen, unacknowledged, we are programming tomorrow's health in those first 2 hours of the day. Every rushed sip, every skipped stretch, every negative thought or anxiety spiral adds a tiny misalignment to the clockwork of our body. Here's a thought worth pausing on. The clock inside you doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't distinguish between a hectic morning and a calm one. It simply responds. To neglect, it falters. To care, it thrives. The morning is a decision point, a daily crossroads where the choices you make, simple, small, seemingly insignificant, cascade into hours, days, years of well-being. And while it may feel like a gentle tick-tock, this invisible clock is relentless. It marks not just the passage of time, but the quality of your life, the resilience of your body, and the strength of your mind. So the question isn't whether your mornings matter. They do. The question is, how will you wind your clock today? Section 2. The Tale of Two Mornings. Margaret versus Helen. Let me tell you a story. One that might feel painfully familiar. On the same quiet street, in houses separated by just a few doors, lived two women, Margaret and Helen, both in their early 70s, both widowed. Both had lived lives full of work, love, grief, and triumph. Both carried memories etched deeply into their bodies, faces, and hearts. But when it came to their mornings, they could not have been more different. Margaret's mornings were quiet, predictable, and safe. She woke slowly, poured her tea, and sat by the window, reading the newspaper or flipping through old photographs. Her movements were minimal. Her mind wandered. Her body, accustomed to routine but starved of activity, slowly betrayed her with stiffness and aches. Her world, though peaceful, was static. It was as if she had surrendered the morning hours to time itself, letting them slip silently away, unchallenged, untouched. Helen, on the other hand, treated each morning as a quiet rebellion against aging. She rose, not with alarm but with intention. She stretched her arms, feeling her joints awaken. She walked outside, letting the sun kiss her face, and fingers trace the leaves in her garden. Even a short stroll down the street, greeting neighbors and exchanging smiles, filled her with a sense of vitality. She journaled, recording small gratitudes, reflections, or a memory she didn't want to forget. Every sip of tea, every breath, every word spoken was deliberate, a conscious choice to honor her body and her life. By the time they both reached 80, the consequences of their morning choices were striking. Margaret struggled with arthritis, her movements slow and careful. Memory lapses had begun, leaving her frustrated and anxious. Her doctor visits were frequent. Her independence was fragile. Days bled into one another, a monotony of stillness and quiet fear. Helen, meanwhile, moved with an energy that belied her years. Her joints, though not perfect, allowed her freedom of movement. Her mind remained sharp, her laughter frequent, her curiosity intact. Even routine checkups were met with remarks like, "Your body is younger than your birth certificate," says. Think about this. They were the same age, from similar backgrounds, living in the same environment. Yet the seemingly small acts of their mornings, the difference between stillness and motion, silence and engagement, autopilot and intention, carved entirely different trajectories for their lives. Helen's story is not unique. Margaret's is not tragic. Both are human. Both reflect choices many of us make unconsciously. What sets them apart is awareness, intention, and small, consistent action. This is where science and storytelling converge. Studies show that seniors who engage in light physical activity each morning, even 10 minutes of stretching or a brief walk, have significantly lower risks of heart disease, cognitive decline, and mobility loss. Those who cultivate mental habits, like journaling or mindfulness, demonstrate sharper memory and reduced stress hormones. Social connection, even as simple as greeting a neighbor or calling a friend, has been repeatedly linked to longer life expectancy and improved mental health. Margaret had all of these opportunities before her each morning, yet she let inertia dominate. Helen, with deliberate intention, chose movement, light, and connection. And decades later, the difference was clear. It wasn't luck, it wasn't genetics, it wasn't inevitability, it was her mornings. The lesson here is both sobering and empowering. Every morning is a canvas. Every choice, no matter how small, is a brushstroke that colors the rest of your day, your week, your years. You may not feel it today. You may not see immediate results. But the cumulative effect of mornings like Helen's, intentional, vibrant, alive, shapes the quality and length of life in ways most of us underestimate. So, when you wake tomorrow, ask yourself, will you follow Margaret's stillness, letting the day and life pass you by? Or will you choose Helen's path, waking with awareness, engaging your body and mind, and greeting the day as an opportunity to invest in your own longevity? Even the smallest shift, a stretch, a breath, a moment in sunlight, a phone call to a loved one, can start to tip the scale. The stories of Margaret and Helen remind us that mornings matter not because they are long or complicated, but because they are foundational. They are the quiet architects of decades yet to come. Section 3. The Science of Morning Routines. After hearing the story of Margaret and Helen, it may feel like a parable, but the truth is, science confirms what their lives illustrate. The way we wake, the choices we make in the first hours of our day, and the habits we cultivate can literally influence how long and how well we live. Let's break it down, habit by habit. Movement. Within the first hour, even light activity shortly after waking, stretching, gentle yoga, or a short walk, has profound effects on your body. Blood begins to flow more efficiently, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every organ and muscle. Your joints warm, your muscles wake, and your heart begins to set the rhythm for the day. Think of your muscles like friendships. Ignore them, and they weaken, grow distant, disconnected. Tend to them daily, even in small ways, and they remain strong, reliable, ready to support you for decades. Seniors who move in the morning have lower risks of heart disease, improved cognitive function, and better mobility than those who remain sedentary. And it doesn't have to be extreme. 10 minutes, 15 at most, of intentional movement is enough to start sending your body the message: I am alive. I am tending to my health. I am choosing longevity. Morning sunlight. Exposure, your eyes and skin are not passive. They are your body's master clock sensors. Morning sunlight signals your brain that it is time to wake fully, helping regulate circadian rhythms, balance hormones like cortisol and melatonin, and strengthen bones through vitamin D production. Seniors who miss this early exposure often struggle with insomnia, mood disorders, and weakened immunity. Sunlight isn't just brightness. It's a biological reset button, a gentle nudge telling your body, it's time to function fully, to be present, to thrive. Imagine Helen stepping into her garden each morning, the sun on her face, her lungs, drawing in the crisp air. That moment alone starts a cascade of health benefits that ripple through her entire day, her entire body, and ultimately, her longevity. Mindfulness and mental reset. The mind is just as important as the body in determining how long we live. Even 5 minutes of journaling, meditation, or mindful breathing can reduce stress hormones like cortisol, which in excess accelerate aging and cognitive decline. Think of your mind as a garden. Without attention, weeds of worry, regret, and anxiety overtake it. Daily mindfulness is the act of pruning, watering, and tending that garden, allowing focus, gratitude, and resilience to flourish. Studies show seniors who engage in consistent mindfulness demonstrate sharper memory, improved attention, and lower rates of depression and anxiety. It's small, it's simple, and yet its impact is profound. Social connection. Humans are social creatures, and even subtle connections in the morning, greeting a neighbor, calling a friend, or speaking to a pet can have life-extending benefits. Research repeatedly shows that isolation and loneliness are as harmful as smoking or high blood pressure in predicting premature death. Even brief social interactions release oxytocin and serotonin, hormones that calm stress, boost mood, and strengthen the heart. Helen's morning habit of chatting with neighbors or tending to her garden while exchanging smiles isn't just pleasant, it's protective, literally adding years to her life. Balanced breakfast, fuel for the body and mind, a nutritious breakfast. Matters more than most seniors realize. Protein, fiber, and healthy fats stabilize blood sugar, protect heart health, and support cognitive function. Skipping breakfast or relying on sugar and caffeine alone can spike blood sugar, stress the heart, and leave the body fatigued before the day even begins. Your first meal of the day is the foundation for everything that follows. It isn't just full, it's a message to your body. I will care for you. I will give you what you need to thrive. The power of consistency. The key isn't perfection, it's consistency. Even small habits, repeated daily, compound over time. 10 minutes of sunlight, a short stretch, a mindful breath, a brief greeting, and a healthy breakfast. These are not grand gestures, but small, deliberate investments in your longevity and quality of life. Think of them as the same way Helen spent her mornings. Each small act reinforced her body, mind, and spirit. Margaret, by contrast, missed those opportunities, and her days, weeks, and years passed without this gentle investment in her own well-being. A wake-up call. Here's the most important point. You don't need to transform your mornings overnight. You don't need an elaborate routine. You need awareness, intention, and a willingness to start. Even one habit, just a stretch, just a step outside, just a moment of gratitude, can start a ripple effect. And as those ripples accumulate, they carve a path toward not just longer life, but a vibrant, meaningful, and connected one. Morning routines are not trivial. They are the quiet architects of decades yet to come. And today, right now, you have the chance to begin building yours. Section 5. Emotional struggles and relatability. Now, let's pause for a moment and be honest with ourselves. Because even after hearing about Helen's vibrancy and the science of morning routines, you might be thinking, that's easy to say. But my mornings are hard. And I see you. I see the mornings when your body feels heavy, as if gravity itself has doubled overnight. Knees ache before your feet even touch the floor. Your joints protest with every movement, whispering reminders of decades lived. Your energy is low, your mind foggy, your spirit reluctant. The silence in your house, or perhaps the emptiness of your day, feels heavier than any weight you could lift. Aging is not gentle. It is a quiet thief that steals in inches, not in sudden moments. You lose friends, independence, mobility, sometimes even purpose. And even simple routines, things that once brought comfort, now feel impossible, trivial, or pointless. Yet here's the truth that rarely gets spoken aloud. Every morning, no matter how difficult, is an opportunity. Even when your body resists, your mind doubts, and your surroundings feel empty, you can still reclaim small slices of power. One stretch, one deep breath, one glance out the window, one moment of acknowledgement for your own existence. These are not grand gestures. They might seem almost laughably small, but in their quiet, persistent way, they tell your body, your mind, and your future self, I am still here. I am still choosing life. Imagine opening the blinds and letting the sunlight touch your face. Just 60 seconds of warmth, of light on your skin. Imagine lifting your arms in a stretch, feeling each muscle awaken after hours of sleep. Imagine drinking a glass of water slowly, mindfully, letting it nourish your body.
giving yourself one small act of care. Even calling a loved one, or simply greeting the day with a whispered acknowledgement, creates a connection, a spark.
It reminds your body that you are present, that your life matters, and that the minutes, hours, and days still belong to you. The beauty of these tiny actions is that they do not require perfection. They require presence, awareness, intention. And yet, when practiced consistently, they accumulate, like drops of water wearing away stone. Slowly, imperceptibly, almost magically, they begin to carve resilience into your body, calm into your mind, and longevity into your life. This is the paradox of aging. The days may feel heavy, yet they are malleable. The mornings may feel impossible, yet they are the most fertile ground for reclaiming vitality. You may not see the impact immediately, but each act, each moment of conscious engagement with your body, mind, or heart is a deposit in a bank of future health and well-being. So, yes, mornings can be hard. They can feel lonely, exhausting, even discouraging. But they are also a place of power, a place where you decide, moment by moment, whether to let time simply pass or whether to use it intentionally to shape the decades ahead. And here's the quiet, humbling truth. Even if you begin with just one small habit tomorrow morning, you are already taking a stand. You are choosing life. You are whispering to yourself and to your invisible clock that you are still here, that your story is not yet finished, and that the chapters ahead can be written with care, attention, and love. Section 6. The Ripple. Effect and choices. Take a moment to imagine your mornings as ripples in a pond. Each choice, each small act, stretching, a breath, a greeting, a mindful sip of water, sends out waves. Tiny, perhaps invisible at first, but persistent. Over time, those ripples collide, overlap, and grow, shaping the water around them. This is the essence of what we've seen in the lives of Margaret and Helen. Margaret's mornings, still and unmoving, created ripples too, but ones that barely extended, that didn't gather strength. Helen's mornings, intentional and alive, created ripples that extended far beyond her body, her mind, and her home. They influenced her health, her vitality, her joy, and the very length of her life. The truth is, your mornings are never just about today. They are investments in decades yet to come. Every deliberate choice, every moment of care is a quiet vote for the quality and length of your life. Even at 70, 75, 80, or beyond, the body listens. Research confirms that seniors who adopt small, intentional morning habits, stretching, sunlight exposure, mindful moments, social connection, balanced nutrition, experience measurable improvements in memory, mobility, and resilience. The past does not bind you. You can start again tomorrow. Even the smallest ripple can grow into a wave. Here's the empowering part. You don't need perfection. You don't need an elaborate routine. You just need one small, consistent choice each morning. That's all it takes to begin tipping the scale toward strength, clarity, and longevity. And here's the beautiful truth. When you embrace your mornings, you are not only shaping your own life, you are sending ripples into the lives of those around you. Your energy, presence, and vitality touch your family, friends, and community. Every smile, every kind word, every intentional act builds connection. Even in quiet solitude, your mornings radiate outward, influencing the world in ways you may never fully see. So today, right now, consider this your invitation: to choose your ripples wisely, to honor your mornings, and to invest in your own life in ways that matter. And if this message resonates with you, if you want more wisdom, stories, and guidance about aging intentionally, living vibrantly, and making the most of each day, I encourage you to subscribe to Echoes of Elderly Wisdom. Here, we explore these lessons, insights, and practical steps that seniors and those who love them can use to live longer, fuller lives. Each week, you'll find inspiration, science-backed advice, and stories that remind us all that it's never too late to live with intention. Remember, your mornings are not just hours. They are the architects of your future, shaping not only your body and mind, but the very life you will carry into tomorrow. Each ripple matters, each choice counts, and the next ripple begins with you tomorrow morning.